Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of class 9. Today I am going to discuss chapter 14, Introduction to C. Now C is a programming language which is used to develop softwares and programs. The C programming language is a high level procedural programming language. It was developed by Dennis Ritchie at the AT&T Bell's Laboratory in the year 1972. Now let me just have a discussion about what is high level language. As already I have discussed in my earlier classes, or you have also seen in your lower classes, you have heard of high level language, because computer language are divided into some parts: high level language, low level language and machine language. Now what is high level language? See, a computer does not understand, like if I give this one, computer will not understand. The computer understands the binary 0-1 format, which are known as machine language. Now we as a human being, we understand the high level language. So we basically give an instruction to a computer we write the code in high level language. C programming language is a high level procedural programming language which was developed by Dennis Ritchie in the year 1972. Now C language was originated from another language, BCPL, Basic Combined Programming Language. It was also known as B language. So C language is being developed from B language, or BCPL means Basic Common Programming Language. And C language was basically developed for making the coding Unix operating system. Actually, Dennis Ritchie started developing C programming language for coding the Unix operating system. A program written in C programming language, it is known as the source program. Suppose the source code, with the code, the tag or the things we write in C programming language, these are known as the source program. For example, as I told you earlier, that we as a programmer, we understand when we can write, we can understand the high level language. But as a machine, the computer will not understand the high level language. It is being converted into machine language. So the program we write in a C language is the source program. Now the source program is converted into machine understandable form, which is known as object program. So I could say that we type a code in source program, which is known as source program, and it is being converted into machine understandable form known as object program before it may executed by the computer. And this conversion from source program to object program is carried out by an executable program, which is known as compiler or interpreters. Compilers, or it is also interpreters. Now there is a difference between compiler and interpreter. Now both compiler and interpreter are used to convert a source program into object program. In other way, I can say both compiler and interpreter is used to convert a code from high level language to machine language. Now the difference between the compiler and interpreter is that the compiler converts the source program or source code into object code in one go. At one time it converts. Whereas because when a source code is being converted, it is converted to machine, means in the binary form, 0 and 1 form. Now the interpreter, on the other hand, it converts a source program into object program one by one line at a time. Here is the difference. Compiler converts converts source program, means high level language, into machine language, means object program, in one go. And interpreter converts the source program into object program one line at a time. The output of the program is obtained in the binary form and it is being converted back into the programmer or user level, means high level language, so that we can understand. So all this conversion from high level language to the binary language, means 0 and 1, again from 0 and 1 to high level language, these are being done by the compiler and interpreter. Now writing, editing, compiling and running a program in C language can be done with the help of a software known as IDE. IDE, the full abbreviation is Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment. So this IDE is used for writing, for editing, for compiling and for running a C program. It has a text editor that works like the word processor. It has also a compiler for code translation. See, definitely there must be something we should convert it from source code to object code. So it is this integrated development environment. There is a text editor which converts from source code to object code, a debugger for error detection. Now maybe it may happen that when you have typed this program, there is an error in the program, because there are some syntax for every programming languages. Now we have made some errors, syntax or any errors. So there is something which checks for error. It is the debugger. So a debugger for error detection and correction, and a loader to execute the compiled program. And there is a loader which will execute, which will operate the error-free program. Now one of such IDE software is the Turbo C++. Then we have many other things, TC, Turbo C++, Windows 3.7. So there are many versions are there. So now how can you working with a CIDE, a integrated development environment for program for C language itself is a program. Now IDE itself is a program which must be installed on our computer for running a C program. The C program, the C program, the compiler used in the book is Turbo C++ 3.7 for Windows. Now how to start Turbo C++? So Turbo C++ can be started by double clicking on the Turbo C++ icon, and after a few seconds the text editor of Turbo C++ will appear to us. Now how can you create a source code in Turbo C++? We can click on file menu and then new tab, and then new text editor interface, IDE interface will appear to us, and here we can type the C code. Now after typing the C code, it is required to save it. So basically when we save a C program, we can give any name. Along with it, the file extension of C program is basically C, or you can give .cpp. we can give .c or .cpp. In your book it is mentioned that name no name 00.cpp. We can also, if we give .c also, it will work. Now sometimes we'll find the ID, the picture, the background of the ID color. We'll find the different colors are there. Background one color, text one color, some text another color. What is this? We have noticed that in Turbo C++, uses different colors for different parts of the program. So different colors is used for different parts of the program, and this automatic color coding is known as syntax highlighting. Now for different parts, different colors. For example, for keyword, now what is keyword, that will be discussed next class. Now for keyword there is one color, for normal text another color. So this is being done with this is called syntax highlighting or automatic color coding. Now how to save a C++ program? C program. So for saving a C program, we simply click on file menu, then save as option. Then suppose say I have created a program, so I can save it as like this, test.cpp. Test.cpp. By clicking the file tab, save as option, then a dialog box will come. In that dialog box, in the name, file name place, I will write like this, test.cpp, or you can give any name. Now what is compiling? Compiling is the way of checking errors on the C program. Now how can you compile? We can compile a C program in Turbo C++ 3.7 window by clicking the compile menu and then clicking again on the compile. Under compile you will find another compile. So by clicking on the compile menu and then clicking on the compile option. There is also shortcut also there. The shortcut key for compiling is Alt F9. The shortcut is Alt F9. If you give this key Alt F9, then the program will be compiled. If your program is correct, suppose I have typed a program, if there is no error, it will show successful. Press any key. If there are errors in the program, then he will show that in this line there is error. Now what is executing the program? Executing means running. How can you run a program? So we can run a C program by clicking on the run menu. Then under run menu we have another run. Under run menu we will click on run. Then the C program will be executed. There is a shortcut key also for run, which is Control plus F9. Control key plus Control key plus and F9. It is a shortcut for executing a program. Printing a program in the file tab of the Turbo C++ 3.7 IDE, you will find an option print. So we can click on file print for printing the program, and quitting means closing. We can also close the Turbo C++ IDE environment by simply clicking. You will find in the environment on the top right hand side, we will find one red like this, close is there. So by clicking the close, we can just quit the program, or else we can click on file menu and then we can choose quit. Or there is another shortcut also. The shortcut is Alt X. Alt X key is used for closing the Turbo C++ IDE. Now I shall be discussing the structure of a C program. Now the first line of a C program is hash. Hash include stdio.h. std means standard input output. .h is the extension, the header file. The first line of a C program is hash include. This is include. Hash include stdio.h. In C, a line beginning with hash sign, hash, is called preprocessor directory. It tells the preprocessor to include. This hash tells the preprocessor to include the file stdio.h with the source code, because inside this program I will be using some input and output statement. So for working of the input and output statement, this file extension is required, because that input and output statement is related with stdio.h. For this reason, the hash will tell the preprocessor to include this file with the source code. The file includes a declaration like basic input function like printf. Printf is basically used for displaying the output, scanf for reading the input, etc. After this, we have the next line, int. Remember, C program is case sensitive. Case sensitive means here the uppercase and lowercase, means capital letter and small letter are differentiation are there. Next line is int space main. This is also known as the main function. I am simply telling what now while studying C, you will get something with first bracket opening and closing. Whenever you see anything with first bracket opening and closing, just identify this is a function. Now after including this stdio.h with the preprocessor, next line is the int main. This is also known as the main function, and main function marks the beginning of a C program. The starting by seeing when the compiler will see main, you will understand, oh, the C program starts from here. The int main, this line marks the beginning of the main function. The main function is the entry point. It is the entry point of every C program. The execution of a C program will start from this. The execution of C program starts from main function. For this reason, all C program must have a main function. The word main is followed by a pair of parentheses. You can see here, after main, parenthesis is there. So for example, if you have not given this one, now what will happen? Okay, theoretically so nothing will happen, but practically when you do it, the compiler will show you error. Remember, this has to be converted into binary 0-1 format. If any error is there, computer doesn't understand. Suppose if any mistake is there, computer doesn't understand, he will show you error. So you must see it. You must, while doing program, you have to keep in mind the instructions. So after main, there is a parenthesis, and main marks the beginning of a C program. After parenthesis, the body of the main function is enclosed in a pair of curly braces. That means what? After main, we have to give a second bracket like this. This means what? The program is starting from, because as I told you, Main is the entry point of a C program. That means what? The program is starting from here. Next, about comment. What is comment? Okay, let me write the program, then I'll try to discuss. Then suppose say I have written within printf hello. Okay, I am writing different one. I am taking an online class. I am taking an online class. Okay, then we close it, semicolon, then we have the return. This is not O, this is return 0. Then okay, this is my program finished. So see here, after main I have given a braces, means program start from here. Now comment line, sometime inside this main we have like this comment, say this is an example. So what does this signify? Actually this signifies that this particular line is a comment and it is not related with the execution of a program. If you find any statement like this in a C program, just think that this is a comment. So basically a comment starts with slash, then star, then the comment, then star, then slash. A comment begins with a slash star and ends with star slash. You can have multiple lines between these two pair of, we can have many lines, more than one line also. A comment line is not translated by the compiler. Remember, the comment line has nothing to do with the execution of the program. It is not being translated by the compiler. How the compiler understands? Because when the compiler sees this line, he understands this is a comment. The compiler simply ignores it. Comment line are used by the programmer. Now why do a programmer use comment line? So comment line are used by the programmer to include short explanation within the source code. So I can write a comment line here, here, so to make anyone understand that this line is this is a short explanation of the source code. Then we come to the printf function. In your book, in page number 273, you can see printf, then this within double bracket comma, welcome to the world of C programming. So I am telling simply, anything we write inside printf function within double inverted comma, same thing is displayed on the output. When you run this program, it will show you the output. I am taking an online class, because anything we write within the printf function and within the double bracket comma, same thing is displayed in the output. So basically printf is an output function. This line is an executable C statement. It actually produces the output. The printf function is used for outputting welcome to C. Here it is what? I am taking an online class. Printf is declared in the stdio.h header. As I have told you earlier, the hash, it tells the precursor to include stdio.h. Reason is what? The printf, scanf, and there are some function, it will work in the case we include stdio.h in the precursor. Suppose if I do not include it, this will not show any output, because what? This printf has linked with this stdio.h. Then okay, let me write another. We can also write the get function also. the get function get ch, the get function, this is return 0, then semicolon. Another thing, after every statement, I am telling statement, not this, after every statement inside the main function, we must give a semicolon. You can see semicolon is there, semicolon is there, semicolon is there. After every statement there must be a semicolon. If we do not give semicolon, the compiler will show you error. The getCH function is used for the output window to halt till the user enter any input. It tells the output screen to halt until unless the user enters a input from the keyboard. And the get function is also included in the stdio.h. So it will work when we include stdio.h. And last we'll find the return 0, return space 0. The return statement causes the main function to end. When the compiler finds the return statement, it does what? The return statement causes the main function to end. So it causes the main function that here is the end, this is the end of the program. Understand? So this is the return 0. The return 0 causes the main function to end. The return statement is followed by a return code. So here the return code is what? 0. Return 0. The return 0 code means the program worked as expected without any error during execution. It means what? The program has worked as we want without any error. The most and this is the most usual way you can see in any C program. It ends with return 0 and then we close. This is opening and this braces, we close the braces, opening and closing braces after return 0. So return 0 is the usual way to end a C program. So to summarize the C program, I can tell that it has preprocessor directory beginning with a hash sign, a line that declares the main function, comment line, we may have comment line that begins with this sign, and C statements terminated by semicolon. We have see after every statement there is semicolon and included within the, and it must be included within this braces, this bracket and this. If you write return 0 after this, it will show error. If I write printf after means outside this, it will show error. So this was all about your this chapter. You can see in your important points, page number 274, the program discussed could be written as, we can also write, it is not that we have to write line by line, we can write a whole C program like you see in page number 274 is there, hash.h, then from here to here it is there, it is written in one single line. So it is correct, there will be no error. But if you take any mistake, suppose if you don't give this semicolon, then it will show error. The entire main function is written in one line. This would exactly the same meaning as this one. However, see, it is a good practice to write single statement in each line. So this type of writing is good practice without writing all in one line. So it is good practice to write each and every thing in the separate lines so that it improves readability and any other person can understand it. A C program can be divided more than one line. So this you can see, and so this was all about discussion on chapter 14, Introduction to C. Hope you all have understood, and if there is any problem, then you can contact me, as my contact number is provided by the office, and so that I will try my level best to make you understand. So till then, goodbye and thank you. Assalamu alaikum.